Hi everyone. Recently I was reading in the book of Genesis chapter 45 about the life of Joseph, and he makes this amazing statement. Speaking to his brothers, he says, "So you shall tell my father of all my glory in Egypt, and of all that you have seen, and you shall hurry and bring my father down here." And I was thinking, what glory was Joseph talking about? Was he talking about some supernatural cloud of God's presence? Was he talking about gold falling down from heaven? No. Joseph was referring to how God had provided for his every need. He wasn't talking about the fact that he was a president, he had prime minister of the country, he had position, he had wealth. No. He was referring to the fact how he had been sold into slavery and how God had provided and kept for him according to his plans and his purposes. And he was boasting in God's glory on his life. And I believe that you and I can walk in that same glory. God's abundance, God's provision, God's plan, God's purposes, his work in our life. The amazing thing about Joseph is that somehow he understood and appreciated all that God had done for him. He held no bitterness against any person. He never looked back with regret. He never criticized or condemned any person or situation, but somehow in his heart there was that deep awareness and deep assurance that God's hand was on his life. He was born for such a time as this. It's amazing. And you know, we serve the same God. We serve the same God that has called us out of darkness, taken us out of all the situations of life, the God that is at work in our lives. And all he desires of us, all he desires, is this willingness to accept his plans and his purposes and to find God's glory in them. I believe when Paul speaks in the book of Corinthians and he encourages us to realize that we grow from glory to glory to glory. We grow in this understanding and this willingness to accept what God is doing in our life. When I look back, I've been serving the Lord 40 years plus. I can see that perhaps 30 years ago, there were situations that at the time I never knew, I never could believe I would get through. They were so big, so difficult. But today I look back and I can see that God has been faithful in what he has accomplished in me and through me. That's the glory of God for me and for you. God bless you.